Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Richard Wilmore.
Welcome to the Good Day Richard, everyone. I hope you had a great weekend. Hope you had a safe Halloween. I had a really fun Halloween. However, I think I have like an allergic reaction to the makeup I was wearing during trick-or-treating, handing out candy, because my face is completely like raw and peeling. I don't know what happened. The makeup was a couple of years old, so maybe that's it. I'm not sure, but I feel like I got Botox. Like I can't, or I have a really bad sunburn and I can't feel my face. Anyway, there you go. My guest served as a firefighter in Virginia, but his life was changed forever when he was shot in the line of duty, forcing him into an early retirement. It was a trauma that could have stopped anyone, but for him, it sparked a whole new purpose. He's the author of the powerful book, Scars with Purpose, and he actually took his own injury and used it to invent a life-changing new hand device to help others with nerve and muscle damage. Please give a huge warm welcome to the incredible Christopher LaLonge. Hit it, Big Infinite.
Make your day richer than it was before. Got some good times knocking upon your front door.
Chris, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Of course. Our good friend Lisa introduced us. And anybody who is a friend of Lisa's, well, you're related to her, are you not?
Yes, through marriage in a way. But I said the same thing. I said, anybody who's a friend of Lisa is a friend of mine.
We love Lisa. So hi, Lisa. Hopefully she'll watch this episode. We'll send it to her. You have an amazing book that came out the end of August. It's called Scars with Purpose. Tell everybody, I guess, what they're going to find in the book, and then I kind of want to back up a little bit.
Okay. The overview of the book is, I was a firefighter for 15 years in the state of Virginia. It talks a little bit about my career, but I went through a really unique experience of, spoiler alert, I was shot on a call. And the circumstances around that were just too unique and significant that it just took a lot to put all the pieces together after that fact, and the type of injury it was, how it was layered into the story of my life. And I just felt like it happened for a reason. And it took me a long time to figure that out. And the story is me kind of putting those pieces together.
And you had to retire after that, right?
Yes. So the bullet had severed a nerve in my arm, and that nerve had been moved 20 years before that. So there's another layer to the story there where, the area that I was shot in, which is already not very common, that area of my body had been altered 20 years prior. And, what does that all mean? And the significance of the event and the probability of it. And just, there were just so many elements and layers. And, what you see in the book is pretty much the thoughts that have gone through my head over the last 4 years, trying to put all the pieces of the puzzle together.
And who would you say that the book is for? Like, who should be reading the book?
Anybody who has any kind of intrigue into the first responder world, going into the minds of our first responders. But not only that, I put a lot of things in there about family life and, some stories around the fire station, but a lot of it is more life purpose and, goal driven. After I retired, I had a really tough time finding what was next and what was my now purpose. And part of that, part of the second half of the book goes through that and me struggling with that. So anybody who's had some type of injury or illness or effect just from nothing of their own that somebody else did to them, and anybody who's trying to put all those pieces together after the fact and find purpose after that horrible thing. That's what I did. So the feedback has been very good as far as from all walks of life, not just first responders, families, people that have struggled with addiction or It just many areas. So lots of good feedback from all different areas.
How long was your recovery time from this injury?
That's a very unique question as well, because when the nerve was severed by the bullet, the doctors and the surgeons put a nerve graft back in, and it's a cadaver nerve, and it's somebody else's nerve, but is now yours. But that nerve has to regrow, and that there's a lot of unknown when they put it back together, and the muscles that are attached to that nerve don't fire, that are supplied by that nerve. So it's just a waiting game. So I had to wait a year and kind of see what happened. And with that type of injury, at 1 year, you're 90% of what you're going to be the rest of your life. So I have a lot of people that ask questions. Hey, you getting any better? With this type of injury, it doesn't work like that. So at the 2 year mark, you are where you're going to be the rest of your life. So I ended up losing 6 muscles in my hand and my lower arm. And part of that is, the purpose of that, what happens now. So I talk about that a lot in the book.
What made you want to write the book? Like what made you decide I should really get this story out there?
Well, I felt like the story was bigger than me. And when I was battling, trying to write the story, and where does this story go? And what is it about? It's not just an incident. It's about everything. It's about our upbringing, and our lives are so interconnected. The events in our lives, our promotions, and our relationships, and our stories aren't really our stories. They're so interconnected with other people, and trying to put those pieces together. And I didn't really know, and a lot of it is laid out as far as the 4 year journey after the injury, and finding that purpose in that story, and what exactly is the story. I had to battle that a lot, a lot, and
Yeah.
it led me to a better place with faith and with family, and using the tragedy as my new purpose.
How long did it take you to write the book?
It took me about a year. I had so many starting and stopping, and going back and rewriting and then reevaluating. And there's some recent events in there that actually changed the whole direction of the second half of the book, because things kept happening to me. So I was like, well, I got to go back and change it now. So again, trying to put those pieces together as well. And so about a year from start to finish, and the way that it happened, I had a good draft, and then I sat on that for a while, and I battled that a lot. What exactly is the story here? So I took the recent events that occurred as well, and kind of interconnected everything, and ended up with what it is today.
Yeah, that has to be kind of difficult to be like, okay, this is finished when you're writing about a life that you're still living and things are happening as you're writing. At what point are you like, I can't keep, I mean, this could be, this could go on forever since
It,
I'm
it's
still out there
it,
living.
it is very tough. It is very
Yeah.
tough, because there's always room for improvement, and there's always room for re-editing and restructuring, and eventually you have to be hands off with it at some point in time, and that involves getting some other help and some other eyes on it, and some suggestions that from other people. That's why you get some early reads, and you get some help from some editors. And it is very tough, because I still look at it now and I should have done this, and I should have done that. And eventually you just have to put your hands up and say that this is going to have to be good enough. This is what we're going with.
Yeah. What was that like to be like, okay, I'm done. This is it. This is game over. I'm not doing this anymore. What did that feel like to go through all of that, to write that, to relive a lot of it? How was that for you?
Everybody asks, and or they mention, it should have been very cathartic, and I just say no, not really. It's not that I had to rehash all these events, and the challenge was just putting the story together, and what should it sound like, and should it be first person or third person,
Mm.
and having all these decisions. When this is, I'm not a writer. I'm not a writer, but I wrote a book. So that was the challenge early on, was making those hard decisions and just trusting your gut, And like I said, just a lot of revisions and a lot of changes, and to make it what it is today.
Can you talk about the hand device that you created?
Yeah. So that drawed me to my new purpose. Hands are very complex. There are so many angles. There are so many technicalities to them. They're so very intricate. And the problem that I had, I couldn't find a solution for it. And then, I said, well, there's got to be something. It's 2025. We got to be able to do something. So I sketched an idea on a piece of paper, contacted an engineering firm, and just started from there. And there were redesigns. We had to scrap everything, go back to the drawing board, and ended up what we have today, which is 100% silicone product that is completely flexible, moldable. It adjusts to the user's size, hand, everything, and gives the ability back that I lost. And I know it's a unique injury, but in that there's just so many people out there with, similar injuries or people that you don't even know about. Even just in these last few instances since I've announced, so many people have come up and say they have similar injuries or similar problems. And so part of that I'm hoping is universal and can help some other people with some other hand conditions. But we'll see where that goes.
I love that. What do you love most about your life right now?
Well, I love that I'm alive. I say that every day after, an incident like that. It does give you a different perspective after the fact, but not immediately. That takes a while to sink in. It took years to put this story together and put the message and come to terms with everything, and really using my story as a platform for other people. Pain is universal, struggles are universal. And putting the message out there and my story. And that's all I could do. That was a lot of the struggle I had with trying to figure out what this story is or how to write it. I said, look, I'm just going to put the story out there and then just let the story tell itself.
What's the best way that people can connect with you out there in the world?
So the book title is Scars for Purpose. I ask anybody, you can message me, anybody that reads it, please tell me your thoughts, if you wanted some dialogue.
Good. Before we head out today, will you play a little game with me?
Sure.
Okay. It's called Fave Rave. It's very easy. And you have to pick a number 1 through 5.
2.
Okay. I'm going to pick out 2 questions in here, and you're going to give me your favorite of these categories, okay?
Okay.
And when you do, the entire non-existent studio audience gets a copy of Scars with Purpose. So.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. All right. Question number 1, Chris. What's your favorite car you've ever owned?
My favorite car. Well, that's not a tough decision for me. I had a Jeep Wrangler in my late 20s. But once the kids came along, it was time to get rid of it. That's my dream. It's coming back at some point in time. I've already told my wife, I miss that Wrangler. We used to take the doors off, take it to the beach, take the top off, and there's just nothing else like it. So
yeah, that's a good one. When the kids leave the house, then we go back to the Wrangler.
Yeah. I told her it might be before then, actually.
Yeah. Okay. Number 2, your favorite dream you've ever had.
Oh, wow. That's a tough one. So my favorite dream I ever had, just as a kid, I remember having dreams of like flying, that just the things that you want to do or wish that you could do. I had a lot of bad dreams too. And you'll see that in the book, but I'll go back to the kid days when you're young and innocent. And it was a crazy feeling. It felt so real. But I was flying in my dream.
I love that. Thank you so much for being here, for jumping on and chatting today, and for making this book to really create a community for people and all the work you've done. I appreciate it.
No, thank you. And again, thank you for the opportunity. Scars with Purpose, let's check it out on Amazon and reach out to me. I'd love to hear from you.
Perfect. And everyone in the audience, the non-existent studio audience, is getting a copy of Scars with Purpose. Chris, I appreciate it. We're going to take a break and be right back after this. Don't go away. I believe in the power of learning, and so does Smart Deal Academy. This incredible nonprofit serving the greater Charlotte area is changing lives through personalized tutoring, homeschool teaching, and enrichment classes for students of all ages. From pre-K phonics to private music and Spanish lessons, Smart Deal creates a safe, joyful space where kids grow in confidence and curiosity. This work only happens because of generous donations from those who believe every student deserves a chance to thrive. Every dollar fuels one-on-one support, creative programming, and the kind of encouragement that sticks with a child for life. Be a part of that impact by visiting smartdeal.com and make a tax-deductible donation today. Let's build a brighter future together. Welcome back, everyone. On tomorrow's show, Kevy Jackson is here. He's the host of Cultivation with Kevy. It's a great podcast that you should check out. So tune in for that. Go make your day richer. Go make somebody else's day richer. You've made mine by watching this show, and I love you for it. And thank you, Smart Deal Academy, for advertising on the show this month. You should check them out. And Jamie's going to be on the show in a couple weeks, who actually runs Smart Deal Academy, to talk all about the work that they're doing. So check them out, would you? We'll see you tomorrow, everyone. Bye-bye.